I want to show you something that brings a happy tear to the eye of anglers all across America. Look at it. No wake boats, no jet skis. Just me and some fall-time bass. Let's go get them. Welcome to fall fishing. Welcome to my favorite time of year to be on the water for a lot of reasons. Simply put, the weather is a lot more comfortable. You go from 90, 95, high humidity, days where you're just sweating, to getting up in the morning and having to put on a hoodie, having to put on sweatpants to hit the lake. Water temps have dropped about 10 degrees in 2 weeks. Boat activity is significantly less. Labor Day marks the changing of the guard, as I like to call it. Basically, after Labor Day, everybody puts their wake boats away, they put their jet skis away, they go back to college, they go back to high school, and you get the body of water essentially to yourself, which is just some of the best fishing of the year because the fishing human pressure comes down. But more importantly, this time of year is the techniques that I like to do the most. You get to use crankbaits, frogs, you get to power fish. There is some finessing, and that's still a thing, but I'm not a big finesse fan. I love power fishing, I love cranking, I love covering as much water as I can, trying to locate those fish, and that's what we're doing today. So we're playing around with a few specific baits. I'm gonna be playing around with that Battle Baits minigun again. This right here has been a sneaky go-to for me. Gonna be ordering some more as soon as they come back in stock, but ultimately it is a perfect bait for this time of year. A little bit of flash, a lot of activity, but compact, and those fish just love it. I'm gonna be throwing a chatterbait later. Gonna be throwing a swim jig because it's me and I have to throw a swim jig. It's almost a rule at this point. We're also gonna be doing some Texas rigging. We're gonna do some flipping. It's just all the things I love to do, and I'm hoping to get on some big largemouth, but also some smallmouth. We may even go out deep and play around with some stupid fuzzy baits that I made to see if we can get some of them deeper smallmouth. So it should be a great day on the water, guys. Let's go catch some fish. That feels more like a bass, but maybe it's a big pike. That's a bass. Finally got a bass to it in the Texas rig thing, guys. I was getting bored, man. I know, I'm talking shit about pike fishing, but they're just not complicated species to catch. Whereas these guys, even this little guy, makes me a lot happier. Because I'm a bass fisherman. Sometimes a trout fisherman. Here we go. There you go, guys. I changed colors. I went with the cold blue tan. It's a color of the Berkeley stink bug that I don't always use because there's not a lot of species in my bodies of water that look like this, but this is something that I'll show you guys real quick what it looks like. It's got an interesting color to it, and it does seem to perform at times when other colors aren't producing. So that was a little largemouth. Again, nothing amazing, but at least it was a largemouth. And we're actually flipping in particular. We're kind of just flipping rocks and essentially nothing. We're just basically flipping blindly into the edge of the grass. So the way we're catching these fish is pretty straightforward. It's just flipping a Berkeley stink bug. This one's the cold blue tan color, and we're just throwing it at shade lines. If you're not familiar with what a shade line is, essentially when you get to a shoreline that has overhanging branches, has a ledge, has something that casts a shadow onto the water, that can act just like cover. So you can actually throw right up to the edge of that as if you're throwing against a grass line or a tree, a rock pile. It actually acts the same as structure. And I'm kind of throwing the bait right down it, reeling it up a little bit, raising it and dragging it, letting it sit for a minute, and then pulling it back out. Just kind of covering as much water as I can. But that's something, if you don't already do that, keep that in mind, that when you're fishing a bank, sometimes the spot where the shade ends is just as good as any other type of structure, because those fish sit in that darker water and look out to attack. So it's just a good little ambush point for them, and it's a good like visual indicator for you to give you something to cast to. Cool. It's a bass. Finally. There's another one, guys. Another bass. Changed baits up and actually went with a different style. Still a craw, but it's a more power bait style. Mostly because the material is a little stronger, and I was going through a lot of those stink bugs. That's the only knock I have on those stink bugs, is they're not very durable. They pretty much get you through 1 or 2 fish, and then they're garbage. So changed things up, decided to go with these little, I don't know what these are, but they're kind of like almost Elastec type material. So definitely a little bit more durable, holds up a little bit better. Seems to be having the same results. So we're gonna keep flipping docks. We're gonna keep flipping wood. That seems to be what's working. And then we're gonna probably go out deeper a little bit, maybe throw a tube around, do a little bit of deeper water fishing, see if we can find some bigger fish. But still having a pretty good day on the water. Ooh, it's actually a bass. No shit. Okay. So there's another bass. All right, so change tactics again, and that's kind of what fall fishing is, guys. It's all about junk fishing, figuring out what they want, and then capitalizing on it. So we switched things. We tried the big swim bait. They weren't really having it. Almost immediately after throwing a spinner bait, I got a fish. And then I caught another one, and then I caught another one. That's what you guys kind of just saw. And it is something that I've definitely started really playing around with a lot more. I find the spinner bait has the perfect blend of vibration and action, but like I said, this particular one's kind of compact. So that's what we're gonna do right now, is just work our way back towards the ramp, kind of moving up, fan casting, covering a bunch of water, and then we might call it a day. Partially because the day has been long and the fish have not been all that plentiful, but also because I'm a little bit frustrated, and I want to take this time to make a public service announcement. Some of you are probably going to hate this, and some of you are probably going to be really excited to hear me say it out loud, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you own a ski boat, jet ski, wake boat, I've got some information for you. No one with a fishing pole in their hands gives a flying about your boat. No one thinks you're cool, and especially if we're fishing, we don't want you anywhere near us. So for those of you boats that decide that you're gonna burn by us and cause big wakes and you think it's pretty neat, I want to make you aware of one little thing that you may not be aware of, and that is the crap that you're pulling, like what this guy just pulled to me just now. That right there is actually a crime. It's a form of harassment. And if I wanted to be a jerk, I could contact Fish and Game, provide them that video, provide them your whole number, and report you for being a pure asshole. Am I gonna take the time to do it this time? No, probably not. But my point is, my little soapbox that I'm gonna jump off of now is if you own one of these boats, just stay in the middle, just stay away from the anglers. We wanna do our thing, you wanna do your thing, just stay over there. No one cares, bro. Drink your White Claws, enjoy your piece of crap boat, and have a shitty day. All right, we are going to call it a day. Get ready for another big fun day of fishing tomorrow. Unfortunately, it was all pike all the time today. I know some of you guys love catching pike, and honestly, it is fun to catch them. They do fight hard sometimes, but it's just not the species I'm targeting. I'm targeting bass, and just not having a successful day of it is frustrating at times. And, you know, combined with others that decide that they want to do dumb stuff on the water, just kind of ruined my day, to be honest. So we're gonna call it right here. Gonna head home, pack up, and get ready to go fishing with the Beefster tomorrow. So I want to thank you guys for coming along with me. I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as always, let's get out there, catch more fish.